Hello there, welcome to saberduelgaming, where we always take the high ground. This week we have seen the first trailer for EA FC25, so I want to ask, is FC25 just more of the same? Yes, as always, they have led the trailer and release with a whole host of features that are being updated, tweaked, improved and changed. But when we take a real look into these features, just how much is really new, improved, or even that updated? It goes without saying that right from the get-go, we will have updated squads, updated stadiums, and the latest football kits. We'll even have the newest boots and footballs involved in the game, but realistically, apart from the aesthetics, that doesn't change anything. Inevitably, there'll be minor tweaks and improvements to the gameplay, although it has to be said, what one person considers an improvement is quite the opposite for other people. It just comes down to your personal opinion. We also have been told there'll be improvements to the AI, however that's something I've heard time and time again, and realistically when I play it, I don't actually notice that much of a difference. There are apparently a couple of tweaks and improvements to the career mode, and these do actually sound like quite good ideas. First of all, you have a lot more control over things like formations and tactics. You can tweak and change exactly how each player is going to play, and for certain people that will be a fantastic improvement. You will be able to improve the nuance in how your team plays, but let's be honest, most people just pick up and play, and that will only really be a substantive improvement in the game for people that really enjoy tactics. The vast majority of people just want to jump straight into the football. There's also the option to jump into the career midway. Instead of having to start right at the beginning of the season, there's options to do things like coming in to replace a manager, or starting a league when you're already in the relegation zone or a certain number of points behind, a variety of different challenges. It's not really going to change the gameplay, but it does sound like a good idea. These little challenges will certainly give more depth to the game. There is also the option to play the career mode as existing legends of the game, and that's something I really like the idea of, and I think that had so much scope. However, we only have a very small amount of people to choose from. Andrea Pirlo, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Kelly Smith, Thierry Henry are all available from the get-go, but Ronaldo, Zidane and Beckham, they're pre-order bonuses. That basically leaves us with a very small amount to choose from, and if you don't happen to be a fan of those players or the teams they played for, you're really not going to be as interested. If that had included a bigger scope of players, or 3 of the best ones weren't put behind pre-order bonus, it would have been far more impressive. We will finally also get to see the women's teams in a full career mode. Up until now we've got to play them in exhibitions and originally only in internationals. Now we're going to be able to do an actual career mode with these clubs. But whilst this is a really cool step forward, it's still something that should have been there a long time ago. It doesn't feel like a massive leap so much as about bloody time. Each of these things on their own sound pretty good. The problem is, each one of them comes with a caveat. The women's career mode is still pretty much going to be the same as the men's, only with a lot less depth. The ability to play as legends is quite a good idea. However, the range of legends, unless you get the pre-order bonus, is really limited, and even with that, it's still pretty damn limited. The ability to have a bit more tactical involvement in how you lay out a team is a really good step forward. However, that's only going to appeal to certain people. It's a good thing, but is it really worth another £60? Yeah, you see, that's the main problem. This isn't an update. This isn't some sort of expansion. This is another £60 game, or £90 if you want the Ultimate Edition. For that amount of money, I want to see something revolutionary, not just a mild update from what we had last year. For a few years running, the actual FIFA games had the story of Alex Hunter, this young person progressing through his career with actual story beats, something original to play, and each game, for the space of around 3 years, gave us the next stage of his career, not only his but also his friends and family. It evolved and improved each time. Ever since that's come away, we've basically been getting a rehash of the exact same thing. And despite all the bells and whistles, once the whistle blows, it is still pretty much the same, and for the amount of money we're spending, that just really doesn't seem enough. Oh, there is also some tweaks to what was called Volta, basically the five-a-side football. It's not something I've ever really played, but apparently they've redone that, but it still ends up being effectively the same thing. So whether that's a worthwhile improvement or not, I really can't comment on because it's not something I've ever played. In the end, yeah, it's still going to be just more of the same, but it's also going to sell like crazy. And while we keep buying it, why should they really bother making any true improvements? I guess that's on us. Anyway, comment below what's your favourite FIFA or EA FC game, and until next time, take the high ground.